What's up, everybody? It's your boy, World of Wrestling, Random Wrestling Talk, episode number 47. We're going to have a short little live stream here today. So nothing too serious here. Crap, the stream is coming in a little awkward. Oh, goody. This is why I don't do live, folks. This is why I don't do live. These live streams are coming in like shit lately, and I'm not liking it too much. Um, so it's gonna be a short stream today. I'm gonna go over some of the aftermath situations that took place after the Royal Rumble, and I really ought to bring out the way I like. Anywho, something is slowing this down. I'm noticing that the really trashy, and yeah, this is not good. And I haven't had this issue until like recently. For these streams, they usually been coming in okay. Um, so let's hope that nothing else goes wrong here. Anyway, guys, uh, let's go over some of the reports. This is going to be one of the shittiest live streams I've done. I can already tell there's nobody in the audience right now. Only 2 likes. I appreciate the 2 likes, by the way. But yeah, let's go ahead, go over this real quick, and we'll close up shop anyway because there's really nobody in here. So, let's go ahead and get this all taken care of. Uh, all right. So, some reports are going around about Rhea Ripley after the Royal Rumble match itself. She actually sustained a dislocated kneecap. I'll go over this with you guys. After winning the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley spoke during press conference about the event. I obviously beaten up. My knees aren't very good in general. My knee did dislocate for a second and then it went back in. I'm feeling good now, and because of all of my emotions, I'm just excited. So I'm blocking out everything else. If anything, I can smell blood in my nose, and that's definitely there, but my knee is good. So that's good news for Rhea Ripley. We won't be seeing her end up losing. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. We won't be seeing any major issue with her at this point. Hopefully, we will see her at the Royal Rumble, or not the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, to challenge for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. And she does not sustain any more injury leading into the pay per view. So that is one of the reports that was going around here on the show for for this aftermath of this event. Um, so let's see here. The next thing coming up, guys. Man, there ain't nobody in this fucking joint, and the live stream's coming in a lot better. I'd like to know what the fuck is going on here. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Hopefully, we get some more people in here as we go. We had Pat McAfee, by the way, return to Monday night to the Royal Rumble to do commentary, which was awesome. He was very good. And it surprised a lot of the people within the company that he made his return this soon. Um, so very shocking by that scenario. I was actually surprised that Pat McAfee made his return back to WWE to do commentary. So I'm very impressed with that. I'm very happy to see him back. He was actually really good last night with Corey Graves and Michael Cole. So I'm very happy that that took place. And that was a lot of fun to hear him do commentary. Let's see here. Report on why Rey Mysterio actually did not appear at the Royal Rumble match itself. Report on why Rey Mysterio wasn't in the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble match. Rey Mysterio was the 17th entrant in the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble, but did not make an appearance. Instead, Dominic showed up as the 18th entrant and was wearing Rey's mask, with the implication being that Dominic attacked Rey backstage. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com noted the following: Rey Mysterio was injured last night, and in Laredo at the SmackDown tapings in the match with Karrion Kross, he was supposed to be in the Rumble. That spot was changed, and then what happened was they did a spot where he's supposed to come out and he doesn't come out, and Dominic comes out instead. I think they were supposed to do some teasers in the match to set up their WrestleMania match, but obviously they couldn't do it because Rey's injured. Hopefully, Rey's injury isn't anything serious, but I guess it was serious enough where it couldn't do what was planned in the match originally. That's some that sucks. He's got an injury, and Mike Johnson, a PWI insider, noted that Mysterio was pulled from his scheduled meet and greet on Saturday, with the idea being that he could get some rest prior to the Rumble match itself. Matt87 Eagle says, look at World of Wrestling out here stealing JD's audience because there's no OTS tonight. No, Matt87 Eagle, I'm doing this simply because I did not do Random Wrestling Talk episode number 47 on Thursday night like I originally was going to plan, because I had plans with my girlfriend. So that is the reason why the show is going on today. But yes, this is not a regular thing. I'm not trying to steal JD's audience in any way, shape, or form. This is strictly me going ahead and doing what I promised you guys and give you guys a live stream for some news and rumors. So I'm going over the aftermath of the Royal Rumble, and that's pretty much all I'm doing here. This will be a short live stream, so will not be long unless you guys start coming on in here and we start getting comments in the chat. Rachel Buck says, Xero News. I don't. Xero News. Okay. Whatever you say. I'm not getting what you're saying. But yeah, there is a lot of news coming out of the Royal Rumble, as I already mentioned. Rhea Ripley dislocated her kneecap, but was able to put it back into place during the match itself. On top of that, there is an injury to Rey Mysterio. He was unable to show up for the Royal Rumble. That's why he did not actually appear in the match itself. There was supposed to be some storyline build between Dominic and Rey Mysterio for their match at WrestleMania, but unfortunately that was not the case, because apparently his injury was holding him back, and it was too severe to continue. Pat McAfee, as you guys already know, just recapping with you guys, Pat McAfee did show up at the Royal Rumble, and it was for a good it was a good showing by him. He was very entertaining on the mic with Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Rachel Buck says, we'll add to this. Cody challenges for the WWE title tomorrow for Mania on Raw, from what I am told. If that's the case, terrific. I don't know where that leaves the Universal Championship outside of Sami Zayn earning the right to win the Universal title. There's supposed rumor going around that he's going to challenge for both championships at the Elimination Chamber in Montreal, Canada. So that should be interesting to actually see take place. But yeah, I personally feel that Sami Zayn winning the one of the world championships would be pretty fun to watch, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we will see not Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens teaming together against the Usos for the tag team titles. Speaking of the Usos, one of the Usos has decided to leave the bloodline, which I think is a load of crap. I don't think that's actually true. But let's go ahead and take a look at that report real quick. So Jey Uso is officially out of the bloodline after last night's WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Fans were left wondering a few things, including what the future holds for Jey Uso and the bloodline. Today, in a post on his Instagram account, Jey confirmed that he is out of the bloodline. Jey simply wrote, "I'm out," with a red teardrop and an image of him in the ring just before he left the ring after the rest of the bloodline brutally beat on Sami Zayn. Jey has been backing Sami in the recent weeks, and last night he made it clear that he was not on board with everything that went down on Sami Zayn after the match was over. As WrestlingNews.co first reported, the plan is for Sami Zayn to challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in Montreal. So there you have it, folks. I don't know if they are stripping the Usos of the tag team titles at this point or not. I hope not. I hope that this eventually leads towards just a swerve, and we actually see Jey Uso return, which that might be the case. We may see Jey Uso return during the match of Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber match, and we will then see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn tag team together against the Usos for those tag team titles at WrestleMania. That will probably be the case. I think that is the direction they're going to go with, honestly. Rachel Buck says it's a storyline who will get back together. Yes, I'm very aware of that, Rachel. Rachel continues to say Jey Uso will get back together with the bloodline. And Matt87 Eagle says he thinks that was smart booking by me on my creative booking decision. And yeah, I think that's the only logical sense that would make Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens team together is the fact that Sami Zayn gets fucked over by Jey Uso at the end of all this. And he finally just wakes up and Jey Uso just says, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm turning on Sami Zayn altogether. I stood up for this motherfucker and he turned on me and my family. So fuck him. That's pretty much what I think is going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. And that's perfectly fine by me. I think that would be the best way to book it. And then lead it into a tag team title match with the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, with them winning the tag team titles. So that's a very interesting little situation there. I think that is going to turn out the way I just said. Okay, and let me see here. I got some other news with John Cena. News about John Cena here. Possible reason why John Cena versus Logan Paul isn't likely to happen at WrestleMania 39. I actually was talking about this last night on the pay-per-view review for the Royal Rumble. And here's what's going on here. As seen during the 2023 Royal Rumble pay-per-view, Logan Paul eliminated Seth Rollins from the Men's Royal Rumble to seemingly set up a match between them at WrestleMania 39. That's a perfect booking decision. I think that is the right call. It gives Seth Rollins something to do, and you can have Seth Rollins go over on Logan Paul. Logan was rumored to be facing John Cena at WrestleMania, but it's now believed that the United States champion Austin Theory will be John Cena's opponent, as Theory has been using Cena's catchphrase, "The champ is here," for the last several weeks. During the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com brought up a possible reason for WWE to go with Cena versus Theory instead of Cena versus Logan Paul. Lots of practice, and John Cena doesn't have the time to do that practice with him. So Cena can go with Theory, and Theory is experienced enough as well. They don't need lots and lots of practice to have a decent match. So, yeah, that is actually a very smart decision to swap out those two guys and just have Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. I think that is a smart decision based on the information here that if Logan Paul needs to pretty much, you know, um, orchestrate the entire match with his opponent and practice over and over again just to get it right and perfect, that is the right decision. Seth Rollins is there nonstop all the time. He's there full time. John Cena is not. John Cena is not going to be able to provide the proper orchestration or to go ahead and perfect the matchup as well as they possibly can, which I think anyone that's even a good wrestler like Seth Rollins or Austin Theory or John Cena should be able to go ahead and practice out the match leading up to the pay-per-view so that they can perfect the entire matchup where there will be very limited chances of them botching the setup, the spots that they're in and everything else, and make sure that the match looks as, you know, predetermined or orchestrated as possible so they know what the other is going to do right away instead of talking to each other throughout the entire match to get the moves right or just know where they're going with the matchup altogether. So I think that is a good decision though by WWE's booking to have the the actual Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins match over Logan Paul versus John Cena. And John Cena Austin Theory makes a lot more sense anyway, since Austin Theory is the United States champion and he is being looked at as the future of the company anyway. There are a lot of people posting that, you know, Austin Theory is the next John Cena of WWE. Well, that's a great setup for a matchup. And he's holding a championship that John Cena held many times and turned into a very nice championship, made it prestigious in his run with that U.S. Championship Open Challenge matchup that he did in 2015, which I absolutely enjoyed. Matt87 Eagle says, did you go back to rewatch the men's Royal Rumble match? No, I did not. I did not have the time. I was going ahead and doing other things. My life does not revolve around professional wrestling. I got other things I'm interested in besides that. I'm interested in MMA. I'm interested in football. I'm interested in a lot of other things than just WWE pro wrestling. you know, I'll go back and watch it eventually. So don't worry about it. It was my fault. I drank a little too much and ended up going ahead and falling asleep during the matchup. So it's not a big deal. I didn't miss all of it. I just missed a small portion of it. It's not that big of a big whoop. All right. Let's see here. What other reports do we have? Oh yeah. Seth Rollins. Here's a good one. Seth Rollins was going around during leading up to the Royal Rumble Royal Rumble pay-per-view because he actually was there during the WWE 2K23 introduction towards the game and everything else, and he was asked a question about CM Punk. He says that CM Punk needs to stay away from WWE and that he's a cancer and he should go away from him forever. So let me read the entire report with you guys. CM Punk is apparently would not be welcomed by at least one top WWE star if he were ever to return to the company. Wrestling Inc.'s Nick Hosman caught up with Rollins in San Antonio at the site of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and Rollins made it crystal clear that he is not a fan of Punk and he doesn't want to see him in WWE. Rollins said, "Oh, Philly Phil, stay away, you cancer. Get away from me forever. I don't like Phil. He's a jerk. Did we just figure that out? Did we just figure that out? He's a jerk. We figured it out over there. We knew it over here. I don't I don't want him back. Go do something else. Bye bye. See you later. Well, we know that Seth Rollins is not a huge fan of CM Punk. Punk is still under a AEW contract, and there's no creative plans right now for him because he's recovering from an injury. At this point, there's no word on if there are plans for him to return to AEW or if he's finished with the company. In AEW, there are those who don't want Punk back, but he also has friends who swear that he's been a great presence backstage and would love to see him back as well. So, yeah, there you go. He's got a mixed bag in AEW, but there's still a lot of people that don't want anything to do with him, especially in WWE, along with Seth Rollins. So there you go on that. Let's see what else. Uh, Triple H reveals. Okay, Triple H reveals how he deals with people who love criticizing WWE. All right. So Triple H became the head of WWE Creative after Vince McMahon retired from WWE last year. In the several months after that, the game has made numerous changes to the company, many of which fans have loved. That being said, there are still many people who love criticizing WWE, and it seems Triple H knows how to deal with them. Vince McMahon returned to the company and became the executive chairman of the company once again. In spite of that, Triple H remains in the WWE creative, much to the relief of the fans. Despite all the positive changes WWE has made since Triple H took charge, there are still many people who are dissatisfied with WWE's product as a whole and continue to criticize WWE, even reveling in it. While speaking during the post Royal Rumble press conference, Triple H was asked about how he deals with people who love criticizing WWE. Triple H made it clear that no one can do spectacles like WWE can. Um, the message is that we're going to put on a spectacle and show like nobody else can. You're always going to get scrutinized, always going to get looked at critically. Just do what you do. You put your head down, you work harder than anyone else. You put in more effort than anybody else. You put the best team you can possibly put together, and you just do what you do and nobody does it. You know, I will speak for us, but I'm in the thick of it, so you can take it how you want. Nobody does it like we do. Nobody. I don't mean that in the sports entertainment industry. I mean that in large scale live event show promotions, stadium events with 51K people in it, right? WrestleMania 2 days sold out, SoFi Stadium. We will political like only we can, and I don't see anybody else doing it, and I don't see anybody else who can touch it. That's not ego, he said, Triple H. That's just my opinion. I will put our production people, staff, our crew, and our talent against anyone in the planet. We do spectacle like nobody else. It's not a statement from me. There are hundreds of people who worked in this building tonight for WWE. There are hundreds of talent that work here. Every single one of them walked into this building today to make a statement in what they do. From the smallest jump to the highest jump, they came here to make a statement that we are the WWE. We are going to do it again in Montreal, and we're going to do it again at SoFi Stadium. It's what we do. So, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view was truly a spectacle in every sense of the word and broke numerous records for the company. We will have to wait and see how much better WrestleMania 39 will turn out in April. Man. I'll tell you what, guys. That was a hell of a response. That was one hell of a comeback response. I have to give Triple H that. It's true though. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit I criticize WWE all the time. But if there's one thing he is right about, they always seem to manage to pull off large crowds for major events like the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and Series even. I'm trying to say season. I don't know why I'm saying season instead of series. Survivor Series. And he is right on what he said. They are doing the best work possible, especially with him in control, with creative. If Vince McMahon's at all smart and he wants to help this business even get better and get more of a sale, he should just let Triple H do what he's doing. If he wants to get even more money than what it's worth, he better let Triple H do his thing, because the ratings went through the roof for this Raw is 30 event. It got over 2.6 million viewers. That is a ton of fucking people to be watching a shitbag program like WWE Raw. Raw is one of the worst fucking shows on the planet in WWE, and yet they managed to pull off a 2.6 million viewership from last Monday's Raw. And I don't think they're even going to come close to that next week, or tomorrow, I should say. Daniel says, what's been going on? Not much, man. We're just recapping what happened after the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Rhea Ripley busted her kneecap, but she managed to put it back into place when she was in the Rumble match itself. She's doing okay. She says she can walk on it and everything, so there's no major issues there. Rey Mysterio did not show up for the pay-per-view because he has an injury that they don't want to risk. So they're going to just have Dominic Mysterio and himself wrestle each other at WrestleMania, and pretty much insinuated that Rey Mysterio was attacked backstage by Dominic Mysterio since he was out at number 18 while Rey was number 17. Another thing that I mentioned about Triple H, he in his response to criticism, is that he is always producing a good show to create a spectacle where people are going to tune in and show up for the shows. So that's where we last left off. John Cena is going to face Austin Theory instead of Logan Paul. Seth Rollins will be facing Logan Paul, is what the direction they're going with here at this point. So that is pretty much that. Matt 87 Eagle says, problem is Vince is a power hungry lunatic. Yes, I understand that, Matt, and just be smart. Look at the numbers. Look at the number ratings. Look at the fucking purchases for these big events. SoFi Stadium sold out both nights. You can't even buy a ticket. This is WrestleMania we're talking about. Last year, you could have bought a ticket all the way up to the pay-per-view event itself. You can't buy anything right now for this pay-per-view unless you were lucky enough to know the person who bought the fucking ticket and got it from them directly. You can't get a ticket. It's sold out. The WrestleMania is done. They don't have to do a motherfucking thing after that. But if Vince McMahon wants to continue this trend, he needs to stay out of creative, let Triple H do his thing, and worry about building the stock of this company so that people will go ahead and want to pay for it for a higher value. And that's the key thing. If they have Triple H in creative, he continues to do what he's been doing. He gets more people invested. The ratings continue to go up. There are going to be more interest in purchasing this company for a higher value. More than what he's being offered now, which is a shitload of money anyway. So if he's taking his time at this point, he can't rush into selling it right away because there's so much involved. So then let Triple H do his thing and help elevate the fucking product by making it better with Triple H doing the creative portion of things, and you just do the business part, which is what Vince McMahon's great at. He doesn't have to do anything in creative. It's that fucking simple, man. Matt 87 Eagle says, yeah, it sold out before Vince came back. Well, I think it would have sold out if Vince McMahon was in office, but not in creative. I think the people went ahead and bought tickets when they knew Triple H was in creative. I don't think it had a lot to do with Vince McMahon being completely out of the company, but it probably made a lot of people happy to not see him involved in the company anymore. But if he would have just stepped away from creative and let Triple H run it, there would have been a lot of people invested in the product anyway, especially myself. So that's all. Matthew Consuelo says Sami Zayn is now a babyface. Yes, that turn yesterday, Matthew, was fucking entertaining as shit. That ending to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view was excellent. If you have not seen my live stream of that, go back and watch it. I had a blast doing that with you guys. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Matthew Consuelo says, yeah, it was. Yeah, man. If you didn't enjoy that pay-per-view, by the way, there was something wrong with you. Big time. I had a lot of fun. If they didn't even have Peacock and we couldn't stream this stuff, I honestly think this would be worth $60 worth of a purchase for a pay-per-view, because this was orchestrated perfectly the way it was. The Royal Rumble match itself for both the men and the women were okay. They were average. I mean, I did give it a 4 out of 5 stars for the Royal Rumble match for the men, because of the fact that they picked the right man to win the Royal Rumble, since Sami Zayn was not actually in the match to begin with. Let me see if I have any other. Nope, that is all, folks. That's all I have here today. So that is all I'm going to cover here today. It is Sunday night. I want to go back and watch the rest of the Chiefs and Bengals game. I'm very interested in that game. I hope the Chiefs are actually winning. And I appreciate you guys stopping by here today for this short little live stream. If you enjoyed the stream, by all means, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And I thank you very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. By the way, Matthew Consuelo, bye to you as well. I appreciate you coming by, and speak to you guys again soon.